Talk a little.
Talk a little. Oh, am I number
Nice.
1?
Yes. And I'm number 2.
Get fucked.
Get fucked. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Welcome to Lay It All Out There, Meredith Dietz.
Thank you for having me.
Incredible comic.
I truly was like, well, the computer is the audience, and I waved to the computer first.
Hi.
There it is. Hello.
No, the computer eats first, always.
Computer eats first.
Incredible comic.
Thank you.
Funny
So
writer.
you.
Lovely
you.
gal. Beautiful and perfect and a great friend.
I'm just holding up a mirror.
Yeah.
And then you shatter it. Remember when you said that?
I did have an era in my life where every
Have
time
you said that on the pod yet?
No, I haven't.
I think about it every day.
That's so awesome. It was like, it is really indicative of where I was. Yeah, there was an era where I would black out and punch my mirror right where my face was. And I would wake up in the morning and my roommates would come in and be like, again.
It's so funny because a mirror is an object where it's like, you're not punching, it's not like punching the wall. It's not about the punch. It's about who you're seeing.
1,000,000%.
In the mirror. And I've wanted to do that, but I've never had the balls. And you
Only
did
when
it.
I was,
Blackout.
like, I didn't have the balls. She had the balls. And I don't know that woman.
Good. Well, she was not nice to you.
No.
Arguably.
She's crazy.
She's crazy.
I blacked out. I don't do that anymore, but I blacked out like one time last year. And I did more crazy stuff, and I'm like, she can't come out again.
What did you do?
I hooked up with like my new boss's best friend in his car, like
Oh.
just stuff I didn't have to do, and I don't even
Yes.
remember meeting him. So
No,
it's
you
like,
had to do that.
I did have to do that. Really terrible. I like knew what had happened based on like I could feel in my body like the I could feel it. Do you ever have that?
Yes, but for me, the bar for blacking out is really low. I don't know what happened or if it has to do with like medication kind of stuff, but like in the past few years, like I don't black out for me now doesn't mean like I was crazy drunk. It just means like I privately, everyone else had a chill night. I have gaps of darkness.
That's awesome.
And I don't know, but I did black out recently, and like everyone said I was fine. I was just goofy and like dancing, and I'm like, I guess I would have been like that sober. But I'm like, I'm gonna hook up with someone in front of someone else.
Yeah, oh for sure. That's when I was doing that.
Yes.
When I was blacking out and it was like chill
Yes.
to be making out in front of people all the time. It's
That's-
not that cool to do when you're 30.
Yeah.
It's like way less cool for your friends to see your tongue in somebody else's mouth.
And the consequences are greater.
Yes.
And yeah, no, it definitely, that's the thing. So even though I don't think last time I was blackout I did anything horrible, like I guess anxiety that I felt was so disproportionate to whatever the night was, but like I'm like I can't drink that much again because I can't deal with like not knowing the gaps.
Oh, it's terrible.
My mind is filling in like the worst possible things, and it's like I truly, if anything, I'm so lucky because I got the opposite. I had people that I thought I was annoying text me the next day talking about how much they like value our friendship.
Aww.
Like clearly I was nothing but a loving drunk, but it's still the fact that I wasn't in control of it. And that's
and
what scared
talking
me.
the next day and knowing that other people have more information about your night than
That's
you
what
do
it
is awful.
And I'm like, what did I do?
And they could be lying to me.
Yes.
Maybe they said I had a nice time, but what I did was like have a breakdown in the middle of the room and say like I wanted to kill myself, and they all decided not to tell me.
But then the flip is like, oh, they all decided not to tell you because they love you. And if I had a friend I was protecting from like
That's
how
true.
psycho she was when she was blackout, like, but it's like, well, I'm allowed to protect her.
Yeah.
It can't happen the other way because she's an idiot.
Exactly. I don't need protection.
I don't need protection because I'm not a fucking fool.
Like my best friend, my angel.
Like my best friends I would die for. They're my idiot children.
That is, I mean, I think we do have that in common. I think both of us do see our best friends as our idiot children.
I think you so more than me. I
Yeah.
think you.
I would never say that of a woman.
I was gonna say you
My
have
woman
more.
friends, I
You have
wouldn't
more
say.
sons than I
Yes.
do. I have like one or two.
Every
sons
woman I
these
know is a
days.
genius.
Exactly. Well,
You know some dumb ones?
I feel like I think I'm friends with such, not idiots, but maybe more mentally ill women than
yes.
myself. So I wouldn't say I'm like mommy at all, but I am, except for some. I always have a few babies that I like to be mommy to. But I have some friends that they're just more anxious than I am.
Oh, yeah.
Which does not mean that I'm better than them, but it means that I can be the chill factor, I think.
I also like to be that person because
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of anxious, but when I'm around more anxious people and I can focus myself on calming them down,
Yes.
it calms me down.
100%.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, well, the conceit of the show
Okay.
is that we have these themed cards. Today we have relationships, self, family, grief, and comedy. And you get to pick your path. You get to choose what order.
These are beautifully done.
Oh, thank you.
Is
Do you like the grief? Yeah.
It has a little tear splash.
It wasn't on purpose, but that
It
is,
wasn't?
yeah. Like my drink spilled on it or
Did
something.
you ever make like a farmer's almanac and you like burned in the tea bags? You know what I'm talking about at
No.
all? Everyone at home does. It's like if you had to make a paper look like old timey for school,
Oh, yes.
and you did like the little
Oh, I
burn
was
holes
so
in
excited
it
to
and
do
the tea
that.
bags across it or whatever.
Yes, we would
That's
do
what I'm
like,
talking
yeah,
about.
like lemon and, okay, yes. Actually, yes.
Yes. Well, for me, the entry point for that reference is like you were making a farmer's almanac because of Benjamin Franklin, because I'm from Pennsylvania.
Right, totally. Ben Franklin didn't factor that deeply into my education, I'll say. I don't think I graduated high school with a firm grasp on whether he was a president or not.
Oh, wait, what state did you grow up in?
Ohio.
That's not that far away. That actually is shocking to me. It's like when you talk to someone from Texas and they're like, what are the 13 colonies? And I'm like, because for them, education starts at Texas.
Yeah.
And for me,
Can you name all 13 colonies?
I'm pretty positive, yeah. It's just you just go down the coast.
Yeah, I can barely do that.
But it's very like Ben Franklin, the founding fathers were so important. But anyways, but also
What's your favorite thing about Benjamin Franklin?
that Lin-Manuel Miranda invented him. Okay.
Thank you.
What do people normally pick? Do you think there's
Oh,
like a common
also-
thing? Yeah.
If you don't want to answer any of them, you can take a punishment from the Sea of Unrevealed Truths.
If I don't want to pick any of them in the first place, or if you ask a question I don't want.
If I ask a question you don't want to
In
answer.
general.
Because, I like to push the envelope.
Yeah. All of these are interesting to me. Is there one you feel like no one is picking? Because I'm happy to take a straggler.
No. Okay, because these are all specifically for you.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so I wrote these for you, and we'll get to all of them. So you get to choose.
Oh, we'll get to all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to be leaving some boys out. Well, I guess the most casual one to start with would be comedy then.
Yeah.
Let's
You
start
feeling
big,
casual?
and we'll go in.
Okay,
Yes.
beautiful. I don't even remember what I wrote, so maybe it is casual, maybe it's
I
not.
see. Okay. I thought it was going to guide the whole episode. I understand now.
Amazing.
Okay.
What does the next 10 years of comedy look like in your mind?
For everybody? Okay. I think... What does the next 10 years of comedy look like?
Because think about how the last 10 years have
I know. I'm thinking
completely shifted.
in terms of like if there have been like how like things like technical revolution stuff kind of happens. I'm like, I don't want to use such lofty words as like content revolution.
Yeah.
But I guess if I had to think about it, and I think about even like the micro trends we see all the time where it becomes like, it used to be even just like 5 years ago, no one would ever want to burn their material, right? Before you and I even really did comedy.
Yeah.
But what other comics have told us is like about the idea of like, do not post something online, which also reflects like how more precious people used to be about posting anything online. Like
Yeah.
digital footprint, like I can't post a picture of me with a red Solo cup because I won't get into college. I feel like
Yes.
those days are probably gone for kids, or
Yeah.
maybe they're not. But anyways, the idea that like I was able to get a job when I'm tweeting my political views all the time and
Yeah.
like crass, disgusting clips. Well, that's how I see myself. Like, I guess I'm going to be verbally processing. So
Yeah.
this is going to be like, there's not going to be a concise through line. I think that shift itself is very from like, you can't burn material to like, how have you not posted that joke yet before it's even really ready?
Yeah.
And like the lifespan of jokes and the fact that to make it as a comic or to break through, it's way less about like you and I shouldn't be posting yet, in my opinion.
I agree.
Not because of talent, but just because of like where we're at around 5-ish years, right?
Yes.
We should really still be cooking without subjecting ourselves to like a wider audience
Yes.
and so much scrutiny. And let alone it's like, as you were talking about the podcast, like how you make the clips matter. Because it's not just like, you can't just post a shitty thing from your iPhone from a mic. It's like, you have to have the captions that are attention grabbing. Now it's all the screen grabs with like the text of the joke on screen.
Yes.
Which I don't have as strong opinions / hate for as like a lot of people do. Do you hate them?
No, I actually kind of like them.
Some people, I think I like them because I'm like, oh, this is kind of catering to people who have really good writing.
Yeah.
But the delivery's not all the way there yet. But then I'm like, well, if their delivery's not all the way there yet, like,
shouldn't be out.
I wish they didn't feel the need to post these jokes. Or the whole thing of like, I could have not said this joke at this in this venue where the pictures are really high quality, and the audience might have hated it, but now I get to create a fake memory.
Yes.
It's just like this idea that I think stand-up should be something so live, and compared to any other art form, it's something that like the audience does kind of decide how you do.
Yes.
Like if a song is good, it's good. If you don't make people laugh, you're not funny anymore.
Right.
Like the audience is part of the art form, like way more than a painting in a museum or a movie in a theater. Like you really have to be having a conversation, and social media totally erodes that on one hand, but also really adds to it with people getting to comment and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I guess I'm like really having a ping pong match with myself, thinking like, well, I guess the way I see content, I hope that maybe distinctions start to arise that are clearer for everyone between stand-up comedy and content.
Yes.
And how content can feed into it, but like the idea that maybe live comedy will stay preserved and almost be like gate kept as like the purest art form, and that like if you were good on Twitter, you're not going to get to go up on the cellar, is like very important to me.
Yes.
And so I guess maybe that's my one thing I could think about for like 10 years. Because I mean, dude, who knows what's going to be invented?
I know.
Like imagine
a country.
asking someone 10 years ago to predict TikTok. Like
Right.
10 years is so long. You say we don't have a country, I don't even blink. I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But there'll still be stages with microphones.
Honestly, yes.
What else do you think of for 10 years from now?
I think that's a great one. Amber Singletary was on the other day.
Smartest, best,
funniest,
yes,
most lovely. She showed up without makeup. She looks more beautiful than anyone I've ever seen. I want her dead.
Yeah.
Like, she's just incredible. But she was saying that she heard content people calling us stage comics.
I've never heard that.
Is that not the craziest thing you've ever heard in your life?
My itch to like text a bunch of
I know
right now. I was like, I mean, but at the same time, as long as the connotation is stage comic is an elite, anyone can do it, but like is the more respected, revered art form.
Yes.
Then, and honestly, even like referring to stand up as like the art that it is has taken me a long time to get to, because I've always been afraid of sounding pretentious.
Yeah. Well, and like comedians will be like, well, we're not artists. And it's like, well, you're not.
Or you're not. Or they'll say they are artists and then you are artists. They'll say they are artists. I can't get over it.
I really like that.
And then you'll see their set and they're like, and I was farting on her face. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, again, I'm just having a ping pong match. At the same time, I'm like, if they are making that room laugh, even if I don't like the joke, to make a group of people laugh does have an art to it that like you just like. I mean, I think this year was a big year for me in being like, damn, there's so many like intangibles and uncontrollables about like just being funny, not being the tightest writer, but like really being confident on stage and all that kind of stuff that I'm like, I really have an appreciation for like comics who are in the game for a long time, even if I can't think of any of their jokes, but I'm just like, damn, they are consistently just like, they get on stage and I feel like I'm in safe hands.
Yes.
That somehow is an unteachable skill maybe, but that is an art form that it's like you can't replicate online.
Exactly. And you really do have to be in the rooms. I also just like, I came up through journalism and it reminds me of that, where it's like, you aren't a journalist because you can tweet your opinions. You are a journalist because you go out in the field and speak to people and gather information and do reporting. And that's how I think of comedy as well, where like it annoys me when people call themselves a comedian, or because they are popular online, they think that they should be on stage. You aren't a comedian until you're putting time in live rooms and have some skills there, in my mind. I agree. And it's like, if the word is stage comic instead of comedian in general, then like, I don't really care. As long as people do understand. But it's the same way of like, I bet with like journalism, people go like, oh, what do? You go and ask people questions. I bet that's easy. Not knowing all of the nuanced things that go into getting a good answer out of someone, knowing the kind of questions to ask, where to show up, to ask the right people the right questions. Like people think, everyone thinks they can do anything. Yeah. And I do think like, of course, with stuff online, like, one, I know a lot of people who maybe started out as content creators because that's the access they had in their room in Ohio or Pennsylvania.
and then they go on stage and they get humbled, and then they go to mics and they get really good, and they kind of start from zero. And I'm like, oh, that rocks. You're just scrappy across the board, and you went viral, and you're gonna get funnier and funnier because you are like approaching this as a new challenge. And I'm like, that fucking rocks. But then it is the people who like some people who get offered right away from online clout, like their first show ever is at the Bell House.
Kill me.
Here's the thing. Am I like, say no to that? No, say yes. But now that you know you have a month between now and the first time you're about to do stand up. I want you
doing 3 mics a day.
Yes. And so that's where I'm like, there need to be distinction. Maybe if they knew that stage comedy was a different thing.
Yes.
And that so much was going to feel different and be lost in translation from their content to, I say content disparagingly, like, I wish I would blow up online once. Yeah. I'm all,
you blow up sometimes.
And the way I'm like, I feel grateful that like we did kind of start post-pandemic, post-TikTok, all this kind of stuff. Cause I'm like, well, ego death right away. I will throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. But I do feel like as someone who like can be a jack of all trades in comedy, I'm like, I kind of know when a thought is a tweet and when it's something good on stage. But it took a lot of stage time to learn that well.
Yes.
But I kind of do know when something's a tweet and when something actually is going to make people laugh.
Yeah. And that's interesting too. That's something I think about a lot when I'm posting is the stuff I'm putting on there. It's funny, but it's not. I do want people to understand that what I'm working on, like I've been working on a single joke since I started comedy. Like that is my real baby. That is my real art. Like when I post a TikTok, I was talking to another friend the other day where they were like, how crazy is it that to some people, you're their TikTok star that they care about and you're a TikToker.
Yeah, but you were a stand-up first. And also I think what's different is like you're not putting out sketches so much as what we're talking about with like this skill on stage or with journalism is to like do whatever you can to convince the audience there's no gap between you and them.
Yes.
And like that for you, it's like there's no screen, and your TikToks are that. Like you're just like, you're gabbing and you're not necessarily telling setup punchlines, but you're being funny.
Yeah.
And that is also different skill, and you know the difference. I think it would be so much harder for you if you had TikTok success first.
Oh, for sure.
And then tried all that on stage, and you were like, I don't understand why people aren't laughing.
Because they're completely different things. Anything that works on TikTok will not work on stage, and anything that works on stage will not work on TikTok.
I also think, because like, what is TikTok like? Rambling stories.
Yeah.
A real audience doesn't know when to laugh or release the tension there. I feel like TikToks, people really like premises. Yeah. As something that's a thought starter, and then in the comments, they all write your fucking punchlines.
Exactly.
And so if you were to go do your TikTok on stage, the audience would be like, and then what?
Yes.
But like a lot of my TikToks that have worked well are like failed stand-up bits for sure.
100%. Yeah, it's the cutting room floor over there. And it does help me. Do you feel like it helps you write?
I mean, I've been on such TikTok for me is such like I do it when I can and I don't. Like I would love to put my whole pussy into it. I bet it would benefit me.
Yeah.
I do have some mental blocks around it. I wonder if I applied myself and had an ounce more bandwidth, I bet it would help me write. For now, it's just sort of like these didn't work anywhere else. To TikTok they go. Or I have a thought and I'm like, that's very TikTok like.
Sometimes it comes in a TikTok shaped box and you're like, okay.
I think so. But I just. Most of my stuff, I've been posting on there for like 5 years. There's been no consistency to when I post, to what I post, to the style, to the content. There's no niche. I've done nothing right. And that's why I have a lot of respect for people who are good at TikTok. But it's been such a mental block for me. I'm just like, I also like, I don't know how you feel, but like, I can't look at my face.
Oh, it's
terrible. Which is like, there's so many men who don't have that problem.
I know.
But I'm like, I should just post the funny thing, even if I just need to, because
I did kind of have to like beat myself into submission over that.
Yeah, I need to.
And it was really helpful. Like starting comedy, period, changed my body image entirely because it was like, hey, you're going to get a Michael Gebhardt photo of you 3 times a week. If it ruins your life, you can't keep doing comedy. Yeah. You can't be upset.
Yes.
At somebody taking a photo of you from a weird angle or looking at yourself on. I don't like watching an hour of me talk. Oh my God. And especially when it's not interesting because I already said the things. I'm like, I know what this bitch is going to say next.
Boring, predictable, not relatable.
But I'm over it now because I'm just like, I have shoved so much of myself into my own face.
I should do that. I should learn from that. Because it's does nothing but like censor you and hold you back. You gotta climb Cringe Mountain with like just the most
terrible
teenage like body image bullshit. I just feel too old for it. And I'm still doing it, and I'm like, I need to get over it, because also not conducive to being funny.
Yeah.
Someone who like really actually is like has like body image issues, like that's not a funny person or someone I like want to hear jokes from as much, because I don't like trust that they're okay.
Yes.
So I don't like lock in. I'm just like, oh, like and so I shouldn't be that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's
I don't get that from you at all. I don't think of you as
thank you.
Seeming insecure or even like
good
trepidatious at all.
I think I've shoved myself in my face a lot.
Yeah.
Sounds hot, actually.
That does.
Someone draw that.
Yeah. That's what this podcast needs, is fanfic fans.
I also think what's so funny is that like the comedy one is by far going to be my least funny answer.
Yeah.
That's the one where I'm like, I got that out of the way because I'm like, that is soapbox. That's me like thinking academically about comedy. But I say all of that, huge caveat, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
I just like talking about it.
Yeah.
But I would never think that I like who knows what I know. I truly zero hate at all to the people who the stage comic thing.
Yeah.
I just wish they knew.
Well, that's what I thought was cool about it. I thought it was absurd that they call us stage comics, but that means that they are something else, which I appreciate. Let's not pretend these are the same skill sets. Let's not pretend that you and I should be on the same show. And again, not that I'm better than you, but we're doing different things.
Absolutely. And I would like that, like, well, let's just not pretend. But then I think comedy compared to like, if I compare it to like music or sports or anything like that, the barrier for entry is way more subjective, easier to get in, easier to blow up while being bad at the thing for so long. Like a musician or sports player, someone can only get so far before everyone's like, you don't have the talent. If you are like hot and good at posting, you can go into stadiums, and then suddenly the mic's in front of you and you have a Netflix special and it's like, oh, you sucked the whole time. But you got these fake clips and all this kind of stuff. Also, I mean, I think I've said this on every time I've ever been on a podcast, but like the way that comedy is like the one thing where like, okay, if I'm doing music, sports, painting, whatever, if you're like good at painting and like someone doesn't like your painting, then like whatever, they didn't like your painting, but it's not necessarily a rejection of the self. I bet some painters would disagree. Or the like one maybe character trait that every person and their brother thinks that they have. And the thing is, like, I could be like, oh, I'm kind of good with a paintbrush. I don't necessarily think I should be a painter. But your coworker is like, I'm kind of funny. That I genuinely could and should be a comic.
Yes.
It's insane that the art form is like also the most coveted trait that everyone secretly thinks they have.
Yes.
It's so crazy.
It is really weird. And you're right. Like that it's me.
Yeah. When I'm rejected, it's like, well, I got into this industry because my identity is being funny.
Yes.
I wasn't a secretly funny person who then is a clever writer. I was the funny friend. And now I've, tacked my entire career and sense of self to one trait that, again, requires external validation to be true.
Yes.
I don't get to be funny in isolation or think that I'm funny. I need the audience to laugh at me. Maybe I'm not well.
I mean, I don't think like any of us are. Like, I think it is.
Crazy.
I do think it's like very sick of us that we like need to get on stage.
And I love it.
From the beginning of the process, like for me to be doing comedy, I have to tell you my worst idea so that I can form it.
I have to publicly fail. You have to see every work in progress.
It's terrible.
It's so rough.
And we're self-flagellating at all times. It's ridiculous.
All times. And it's like if you get into a place where you are like holding truth to power, then that rocks and you did something good. Every step before that is the most selfish endeavor of all time.
Yes. Yes. It's crazy.
But I love it very much.
I love it so much.
And I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But it is like, I'm like this. I just feel like an egomaniac all day, every day. And I am willingly putting my identity on the line every day for myself. Nobody's asking me to do it.
Yeah.
There's no demand.
In fact, like I've had people, I'm sure throughout my life be like, could you
stop?
I would love if you stopped talking so fucking much. You freckled freak.
Now you're holding up a mirror to me.
My bad.
Honestly,
I had somebody that I had been dating recently go, you have freckles?
Recently?
No, not
What was
recently.
the context where they said?
I mentioned something about myself having freckles. Or maybe mentioned like a little kid at work being like, you have dots on your face.
You're very freckly.
I'm really freckly. Like, consider it huge to what I look like.
That's so...
Men are incredible.
Men are incredible. But that's just because your eyes are so beautiful. Nobody would notice your freckles.
Totally.
No one ever notices that I have nose rings. I'm always knowing someone for like 2 years, and then they're like, you got your nose pierced? And I'm like, been this way from the start.
Same. What are they looking? This is where you look.
I'm like, what don't I know? What if my roommate's Chinese and I don't even know? She is.
I think she might be.
And I'm so jealous. I am too.
I've gotten a lot of TikToks recently about going Chinese mode. You been seeing that?
Yes. Oh,
What's
I've been
that
seeing
about?
that. I don't know why. I genuinely think...
I'm down for it. I'm into it. I just don't know what's going on.
I think people have a desire for safe race jokes in a very real way.
Yeah.
Hence, like, jokes about, like, Italians and all this kind of stuff. I do think people have this, like... Unfortunately, because of the way we're raised, we have this like need to like let out a little bit of racism in safe ways, and I think this like to like be going Chinese mode, like nothing for now is like bad yet. It's just like a true lateral joke.
Yeah,
no one's punching up or down. It's just a sideways like, what if this white person was Chinese for 2 seconds with no stereotypes involved for the most part,
which is awesome.
And I'm just like, okay, this is kind of just like an absurd race joke, and it kind of rocks.
I like it.
It's like I'm trying to find a word that isn't random sauce, but it is, and it's awesome. And everyone also wants to be random sauce, and they want a safe way to do it without being attacked.
Exactly.
Everyone wants to be epic.
That's why I think we have to be okay with talking about race and making some jokes about race, because it's like, it's going to come out in bad ways if we don't have a little pressure release.
I also think that the overcorrection that like race can't be talked about is not what anyone's ever been asking for.
No.
It's very like
it's very I don't see color. And it's like, okay.
And when white audiences can't laugh at any kind of race joke, I'm like, hey, better to err on the side of caution. Of course, I would prefer to perform in a room like that. But when people like don't laugh when a black comic is telling jokes about being black, I'm like, it's more offensive that you feel too guilty to laugh, because I'm like, what are you guilty about?
Right.
What is this guilt where you don't know where to put it?
It's weird. And do you not have enough discernment to like know which ones are cool to laugh at and which ones aren't?
That's exactly what it is. As I'm like, you should really have a bit of
this black guy joking about black stuff, like, you're good, man. And
they're his jokes.
Yeah. And about also, his life being black. Like
it's very I don't know. I when people like don't feel comfortable laughing about something at all, I'm like, well, that was an overcorrection from some very well-meaning guilt, but like, let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
But I'm just like, I mean, I also at the same time I'm like, I shall not be the one making the calls for white people to loosen up.
Oh, so true. Yeah.
You know what? If you're tight, stay tight.
Yeah.
That's not for me to let you guys loose.
Stay tight, whites.
Stay tight, whites.
I'm always saying that. Okay, you ready for another one?
I am.
What you feeling?
Let's go to family.
Beautiful.
Do you want me to get it? You're so strong.
I got long arms. Thank you. Okay. How can you spot a child to a single dad out in the wild?
Oh, how can you spot a child to a single dad?
Yeah. What do you think unites you as a group?
Oh my God, you really wrote these for me. That's so funny. I think there's definitely a distinction between like someone who was raised by a single dad from the start versus like my parents got divorced when I was like 11. So it's just like a complete 180 at that age. I feel like my mom, who is in the picture, but I do think there are a lot of times where I really do exhibit some motherless behavior in terms of like my eating habits, my standards for cleanliness, some things like that. But a child to a single dad out in the wild.
Because she kind of bounced for a little bit and then came back, right?
It's sort of like, God, I hope she doesn't listen to all these podcasts where I've like kind of half-ass explained this.
Oh, sorry.
No. I'm just like, it's all facts, so she should feel fine about it. Like in a way that is passing no judgment and that I actually probably have more understanding for than she knows. Yes, she left, but and my dad got sole custody of us, so we only ever lived with him. But then like honestly, there's just so many little steps that it's kind of confusing. But like she lived in an apartment nearby, but then we went to boarding school, so it didn't matter really that she lived there.
I always forget that about you.
I know, it's weird. And it was all girls, so that kind of also informs a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then she moved to California, but she would come back for like holidays sometimes. I've never gone like a year without seeing my mom.
Right.
And she texts and is fully available by phone at all times. So like when people were really like, I'm in this tricky spot where if I were to be like, I was abandoned by my mom, everyone would be like, you're being insane.
Right.
But if I would be like, my mom didn't leave me, everyone would be like,
yeah.
no, of course not. So I'm just like, I'm somewhere there. But
that is like a rare, I've never heard anyone else
it's kind of hard
have
like,
that situation.
just really like 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out kind of thing. But
it's cool though that you got like what seems like a really great dad.
Yes.
Because so many people would be really bad at the single dad thing, even if mom was in the picture like that.
I think so. And the only ways that I feel like maybe it's easy to spot, and I don't know if this will be out in the wild, but if you can spot an avoidant attachment style out in the wild, that's what it is. That's what a single dad's going to give you in a big way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll never forget a time that I really felt like, I didn't want to be a classic internalized misogyny, and also from external pressures. But I was like, I didn't want to be like hysterical or like make that my identity or anything like that. But then like my mom did pulled some shit by the time I was like 18, 19. And I remember my dad like came to me afterward because my sisters were crying and I was like, whatever. And my dad came to me after and he's like, I don't think you're having like a big enough reaction to this. And I was like, where do I think I learned that from? Yeah. One of those. I was like, yeah, of course not. Because I wasn't supposed to. Yeah. But spot us.
Do you feel community with single dad people?
That's exactly what I was about to say. Is like, I feel like I wonder if I'd be kind of a poser. I think I could bond, but it's like, it's not like my dad had a struggle with like doing our hair or anything like that. And also, by the time I got my period, I was 16 and away at school.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I
16.
I know, right?
That's
no
crazy.
reason.
I feel like you're lucky.
Just genetics. I also think I'm lucky.
7 years of like, no, when did I get mine? 12. 4 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was definitely getting to the point where I was like, okay, I would love to make sure that it does come eventually. Because then I was in constant...
Probably getting nervous last 2 years.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? I remember when my little sister got her period, my mom told her not to tell me because...
Oh, did she get it before you?
She got it before me. But I was like... I don't give a... I'm not jealous.
Like, yeah.
I don't think this is like some special flower that I'm like really excited for. It's like called the curse and I don't want it at all.
I want to make sure I could.
Yes.
But then I would like to not.
Exactly. That's how I felt. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and then when the floodgates opened, like the first one, insane. Anyway.
First one's always insane.
First cut is the deepest. And the bloodiest. But I don't know if that really answered your question. I think it's because I don't want to get, what is it called? Stolen valor.
Totally.
But I mean, everything that you said, I read the question, how can you spot a child of single dad out in the wild? And I just pictured Big Daddy. And I'm like, because he's being played by The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. That's how you know.
Right.
Actually.
Duh.
That's
awesome. Okay, cool. When you go home, you still go to your dad's house and it's just you.
Yes.
You have two sisters, right?
Yep.
So it's 3 girls.
Blonde, redhead, brunette. I know. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, the white trifecta.
Exactly.
The Whitefecta.
And Whitefecta is the name of the pod now.
Honestly.
But
Jay would try to name it that.
Absolutely. You want to do grief?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I was gonna save it for last because I assumed it was gonna be juicy.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
Something you and I have talked before is in the time after somebody passes, that weird like determination of hierarchy on how much you can grieve based on your proximity to the person. And I mean, it can be specific. Our friend Jay died, but I mean, I'm sure you've experienced other grief in your life. Like, what are your thoughts about that period of time and like where you fall on that grief list and how you act because of it?
That's a very good question. I think that it's hard because it's hard to put grief in terms of permission. I feel like that's not something any therapist would recommend. At the same time, it's like you don't want to deny yourself anything in public. If you are feeling what you feel is like disproportionate to your connection with the person, I'm like, perform that in private.
Yeah.
Go on a run by a river and scream your head off. And maybe you cry more than you need to. Maybe you confide in someone who knew that person even less than you.
Yeah.
And you can say this caveat of like, if you say to someone like, I feel like what I'm feeling is invalid and like out of bounds, but I need to get it out.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that person like wouldn't let you unless you're being really misplaced with it. Like I do think
you'd have to be insane to get to a level that a friend of yours would be like.
Yeah. I mean, my friend, I will not say her name so that there's no way I could go back to her, but she has a story of like when she was in high school, one of her friends died, and someone who was just kind of a rando at that school came to the funeral wearing like Uggs and like ripped jean shorts and was crying louder than the mom. And my friend, like also a high schooler, like kicked her out and was like, you need to leave. Like, you need to get it together. You need to leave. And of course, those are high schoolers we're talking about. But there's something about like, okay, a kid died. Someone who went to your school. Like putting ourselves in the Ugg girl's shoes. Like she's feeling insane grief. You do have to package that away from the mother of the person. Like there's some one point where I'm like, I don't know what the therapist speak would be around it, but I'm like, there's some kind of respectability stuff where you like, you have to respect someone else's grief before yours. And to lose that perspective is where I'm like, I have your own support system. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to, I'm kind of on eggshells here because I don't want to like invalidate anyone's experience at any step of the way. But I also do have the strong feelings about how people post about stuff online.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting. It was interesting as an internal experience to be like, I was so close to him, but I didn't know him that long. So I didn't know where to do this and that. I ended up having something to do with like the admin of his death, which was crazy, and felt like, do I deserve to be here? And then people in New York kind of recognized me as one of the closest people to him in New York. And then I felt like that was stolen valor. I was like,
I understand your feelings, but like if I can, not like the big topic, but just like you, like I think like one thing that happened is you stepped up. You didn't like wrest control. You never made it about you. All you did was like, yes, maybe you didn't know him as long as you would have obviously wanted to, but at the same time,
if I could grab the extension plan, I would.
Exactly. That would be nice. But at the same time, you were someone who was able to have your wits about you and do what needed to be done. And like someone who maybe would have been more distraught and less capable of a person as you, like wouldn't have been able to do that. Like all you did was shit that was like gracious and needed to be done and involved you gritting your teeth. Like you didn't do anything that was like the McKenna show at all. Oh my God. I can't think of anyone who was anything but super grateful for you during that time. Oh my God.
Thank you.
And I also think like a testament to who Jay was, like none of his friends really were like territorial about the grief.
No, not at all. It was a very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I felt that in other situations too. And it's weird. The hierarchy of the grief, he was my first, well, not my first, but as an adult, my first close friend who had passed. And I had something similar in high school where like a friend, kind of a former friend, like we just kind of like lost touch, but a friend of mine hung himself on the way to school. And the popular girls, thank you. The popular girls who like, he was a weirdo. His name's David and he goes by Vid. He's a fucking weird guy. And they went to the vigil and were insane. And it was like, what? You don't want to police people.
You don't, but you're like, you know that it's not about the person.
Yeah.
It's about the idea of grief and their first time touching it. And like, it is a sad thing. And maybe they all were having a change of heart and like having a lot of guilt about how they treated him and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like, but you need an audience? No, I'm not going to be the audience to that. Like, do that in your journal.
Yeah, I think
that's where I get policey.
Very wise what you said is that like the hierarchy doesn't determine how much you can feel, but it might determine whether or not you should do it in public.
Yes.
And in front of whom.
And in front of whom. That's what it is. Because it's also like if you to a group of strangers, like coworkers who don't know it, you're like, my friend died and you didn't know that person. Like, yeah, that could be a little unethical, but if it's like a white lie you need to tell so you can get out of work, good. Get out of work when someone dies. I love that. Fuck your boss. But when you are crying at a funeral louder than the mother of the grief,
insane.
You have to have some perspective.
Really brave of somebody in high school to be like, pack it up.
Yes. I'll tell you the name afterwards and you'll be like, well, duh.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. That's like so badass to have that kind of wherewithal and be like, this is actually the least appropriate thing you could be doing.
And that was probably before like anything would happen on, I bet like there was Facebook then, but like no, it wouldn't have been Instagram culture. And that's what was so scary about Jay in particular was there was almost nothing like, it felt like nobody was doing anything that crazy interpersonally. It was when Instagram came in that people were suddenly crossing a lot of lines and being like really fucking disturbed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this person, it's like your closeness to their death, like like their clout after they die, like the clout that remains that you're trying to like benefit from. It was so fucking freaky.
It was weird. And we also didn't have anything else to be mad at because he sort of just
that was
dropped.
A huge part of it. Yes.
Like not that I wish that like something worse happened, you know what I mean? But like
to help make sense of it,
yes.
To have a villain, something to shake your fist at, but for it to be one of the most like inexplicable things that I've ever heard of.
Yes.
Like,
and so then it was like that's where I could get my anger out was like people that I thought were acting inappropriately in the aftermath.
And that's the other thing. Fucking anger, stage grief. Like you are allowed to be a little angry and like that kind of stuff is going to happen. And it's like, I felt like all your anger was also so justified and like safe and packaged neatly.
Yeah.
Like you didn't do anything crazy or hurtful to anybody.
Would have been cool if I did.
It would have been nice. I've always thought about that. Even with like less righteous things, like maybe not grief, but like let's say like someone like cheated on you and you're like, I could have keyed his car but I didn't, and you're like, but I could have. And there's something about that like self-righteousness. It's like, yeah, keep that to yourself. You were allowed to have keyed his car but you didn't. You would have been allowed to punch that girl in the face. Everyone would have understood.
Would have been cool, but
you're probably glad that you didn't.
I
don't know.
Have you ever keyed a car?
Hell no. I wouldn't like the sound.
You're so me. Just like
yeah, like I wouldn't be able to do that. I would maybe I don't have a lot of respect for cars.
It's such a big
If
thing.
I ever dated someone who really cared about their car, I wonder if I would fuck it up. They would have to do something pretty egregious.
Yeah.
They'd have to like really ruin my life for me to like, I'm like thinking like maybe
I might stab a tire if they were like bad to me.
That would be kind of funny. If I would do something where like they couldn't prove it was me for sure.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to sign my name on the car. I would yeah. A bunch of a loose nail in a tire though.
Would I fell a tree on accident on top of their car? Perhaps.
If it happens that way. You just slinging an axe over.
I was just practicing.
For killing you.
Yeah.
That's so, yeah. Well, that was a good question.
Thank you.
It's thoughtful.
I think about that a lot, and that especially as like there has been space from when the feeling was so big. Looking back at the intricacies of that time and like it's a weird thing to be in such a big community where we're entertainers, like you said, there's clout involved, there's like connections to be had,
relevance to be proved,
yes, like networking to be done, like around his death was fucking weird
and makes me sad whenever there's the pretty clear line is like, are you, but then maybe it's not a clear line because like it's like, are you going to miss that person or is it just like the concept of someone in your community dying sad? Because like both are valid, but like for me it's like I didn't know Jay nearly as well as you did. It was more the latter for me. Like I wish I could be like, I'm reaching for my phone to text him, but like we didn't have that kind of relationship and that would be really dishonest of me to say. But also then again, you have sex with someone, there's some intimacy there. There is the baseline of you do some shortcuts for how much you care about that person.
Yes.
Like it's not like we were having like meaningless sex. Like we were very intimate. And so it's like twisted for me. I've sometimes like to do jokes about it and then I get comments of people being like, she's so fucked up, she doesn't care that somebody died. And I'm like, I really did.
And the reason I cared, like this is showing how much I care about it.
Yeah. I'm not like it's, and again it's like I'm trying not to use, we talk about the joke writing of it all, like his death as the shock value to like land a joke. I'm like, this was an insane situation I was in and I'm using that as the premise to explore, but I'm not trying to be like doing therapy at people. I'm not trying to make light of or what's the word, exploit his death at all. But like in some people's opinion, by talking about it on mic, I am. So that's something that I'll have to, maybe in 5 years from now, I will be on a huge apology tour that I ever had a video posted about him.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I know. I mean, I've thought about that too, because it did happen to us also.
Yeah. And not for nothing, he was a comic who would have approved of all of it.
That's the best thing of all.
That's like kind of the easiest thing to know, really, pretty 100%.
Yes.
And like everyone has my permission to say kind of whatever they want when I die.
Same. Exactly. And if it were somebody who was not somebody who got on stage and talked about the intimate details of their life, I wouldn't introduce that to their life for the first time. Yes.
But like if he died, he would want to talk about it.
1,000,000%. Yeah. We have to do it. If he can't do it, we have to do it. What a silly guy.
What a silly guy.
All right, that was a good one.
Well, which one do you think is better to land on? Do you have an opinion?
I think self is probably better to land on.
So let's do relationships.
Yes.
I'll let you do
Thank
your
you.
thing.
My
It's
long
so
ass
beautiful.
arms. Thank you. I love to craft.
Yes.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Like one soulmate?
Yeah, like what's your take on the whole thing?
No, I don't. But I am a romantic for sure. But I've never been a soulmate person, especially because I've never been a love at first sight person or like. But I think soulmates. Like, I like that word. If I've always said like, oh, we just had like a freaky mind connection, like because there's been definitely some relationships and situationships in my past that my close friends have not understood, and I have to be like, we just had a freaky mind connection, and we did. Like, and I may not even like. Now that it's over, look back and I'm kind of like, now that the connection's gone, I'm like, how did I love them? But we had a freaky mind connection. So I guess that is like, but I would never say soulmate because I have no big thing about like, we belong together and we're going to end up together. I've never felt that. Do you? Do you believe in soulmates?
Definitely not one. Sometimes I think, I like the word freaky mind connection. I think that's good because there's some people.
I'm like, we're on the same
and it kind
wavelength.
of doesn't even have anything to do with if I like them or not. It's just like we have some pull to each other that like is just happening.
I mean, I definitely believe in soulmates platonically, so maybe I do.
Yeah,
because there's some people where I'm like, oh yeah, we were meant
You're
to be.
You're supposed to be in my life. Yeah.
Yes,
and
I like
so
to
I think
like
there's
that.
like certain like, you know, when I was 18, he was my soulmate at that time. That was the person that I needed to have at that time. But like at 20, he wasn't.
Then I'm like, are we just redefining soulmates? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I
definitely don't think there's one person that you're like, that God made just for you. And you're just wandering the earth until you run into them.
Yeah.
Because like I swiped left on him on Hinge already. You know what I mean? He's gone.
100%. Yeah. Anything with like the one, I have never really felt.
I think there might be like a type of person that is most suited to you, to your type of person. And you could, if under the right conditions, if you both really try, like, does that make sense? Like there's maybe a couple hundred, a couple thousand, even a couple million in the world, but you need to find that type of person. But I don't think the specific person, because that wouldn't make sense. What if mine's in Thailand? I'm never going to meet that guy.
Yeah. That's always how I thought about it.
Yeah.
People were like, it's going to be, I'm like, well, are we talking numbers game?
Yeah.
Because then, like, numbers-wise, aren't half of our soulmates in India?
Yeah. And I've been searching.
And I've been searching.
I've been doing my work on that subcontinent.
I do. Yeah, I guess not. But I've also been, like, I really, really am a romantic. Like, I feel like the need to say that in terms of, like, the falling in love and, like, needing a story and the friends to lovers and all that kind of stuff. And, like, my current boyfriend and I will always say current boyfriend. Watch
Love
yourself.
that.
But we are very like lovey-dovey and like
That's
that kind of stuff, and I love that. But I've never ever dated with the idea of like, this is the person I'm gonna marry and like that kind of stuff. So I think maybe that's been a mental block I've had about ever believing in soulmates.
Do you think like your parents' relationship, like?
Huh. I wonder if I had like a role model of like a couple that I really liked together.
Yeah.
Growing up, like two parents that were just like so in love, and I thought like we're best friends, which I know a lot of my friends' parents do have that, but like that like really hit home with me. I wonder if I'd just seen an example of it.
Yeah. Like when I hear people say, I want to love just like my parents. I'm like, could not be me. Can't imagine. And I have great parents, like, no big deal. But do I want their relationship? Fuck no.
What's their relationship like?
I don't know. They're good. They're friends now.
Okay.
But they haven't been like.
They weren't like setting the examples of like, here's how you resolve conflicts with love.
Oh my fucking God, no. I don't even think I saw them kiss growing up. Like, they're not.
Totally.
And even when they were so in love, but they're high school sweethearts. They've been together their entire life.
Wow.
Which is insane.
Very Ohio to me.
But like, I don't think they were ever like that. So I've never seen that kind of romantic love. They're like goofy. Both of them are class clown and athletes.
Okay.
So that's like a whole different thing. But I now desire that kind of love. But I'm like, I feel like I'm in the first grade.
Totally.
Like, I hope somebody teaches me how to read.
Yeah.
I don't even know the universe. I don't even know what that should look like.
Have you been in a long-term relationship before?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have always really gravitated towards kind of stern, grumpy men.
Right. Yes. We've talked about this
Yeah.
for sure. And I definitely had a thing of like, with that freaky mind connection thing that I like so much, that unfortunately definitely gave me the complex of like, I get him, nobody else does.
Yeah.
Or like, I fall in love with a girl and she's absolutely engaged to a man. Like one of those kinds
and
of
that'll
things.
happen.
And that'll happen. But I do find, yeah, the idea of like believing in soulmates, it's hard not to be like, that's not practical.
Literally.
Like that's too much pressure.
Yeah.
Like if someone were to call me their soulmate, I'd be like, I don't think I'm feeling what you're feeling.
Yeah. Chill out a little bit.
Even if we were in love, I'd be like, soulmate doesn't, the numbers don't add up. But I like when people, then again, I have friends who, everything I say is a ping pong match. Like, I'm always fighting myself. But there are people where I'm like I officiated a wedding for two people and I'm like, I'd call them soulmates.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's something I would give to someone else, but like, I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I just have my wall up around it and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to let myself feel that. Because then that introduces the idea of like, great, so now I need to clear that bar.
Right. It does kind of feel like believing in Santa too, where you're just like, if I haven't met the guy, I'm not so sure.
It would be
like,
nice if it would be nice.
It would be really nice.
And if you still believe
I
in
want
it,
kids to believe it.
I don't want to take that away from you.
Yes. If you, my adult friend,
but
tell
now
me
that
you
I
believe
don't
in
believe in
Claus,
it, I can't really come back.
Exactly. I've seen it.
Milk and cookies, please.
I'm a soulmate atheist.
Exactly.
Sad.
Which I don't even know if I would say that. I'll think about this one more.
Okay.
I'll chew on it.
Because I agree. I definitely have friends where I'm like, better not break up. There's no one better out there for you.
Yeah.
Like, for real, that's your person.
Or like, I'm like, you guys are one guy.
Yes.
Like, you guys are just, it is like,
I
thing
wouldn't
one
even
and
know
thing
what
two.
to do if you guys broke up.
Exactly.
Like, what the...
But at the same time, those people might break up and I want to be able to be like, that was not your soulmate.
Right.
Something horrible happened, but like you can, or like, God forbid someone dies. Like, will they find love again? Like that, maybe that's what it is like the high stakes of soulmates doesn't make sense to me.
Yes. I totally agree that when it ends, what does that mean for you?
Yeah. It's like, that was my soulmate. That's when I'm always going to be like, no, it wasn't. Because you're not together.
Right.
So you know it's not your soulmate because you're not ending up together.
Well, does that still kind of put a yes in the soulmates exist category?
Right?
Because
I don't know. If that person believed in soulmates, I would keep speaking in those terms with them.
Totally.
But like, I've never gone through a breakup where I was like, that was my soulmate. So I don't know.
That would suck really bad to believe in soulmates and then go through the breakup and truly believe that like it's over for you.
Yeah, which some people do. And I think I've had girlfriends who have gone through breakups saying that person was their soulmate. And I've always been like, no, it wasn't.
Obviously it wasn't.
Obviously
he's
it
not
wasn't.
here right now.
He's not here right now. And also you're misusing that term because if that guy who like was scratching his nuts in front of me and couldn't take his eyes off his phone was your soulmate,
that's
you're not who
nobody's
I thought you were.
soulmate.
Yeah, that's nobody's soulmate until he changes.
That's so true.
God.
Yeah. That's sad. I love the way female comedians are just like always like they're dating like kind of the worst guy you can imagine and being like, that's my soulmate.
There is something.
Our bar is very low.
I'm such a nice boy.
I
really
haven't met him yet, but
I should be
everything
bringing
you
him around
say
more.
is so lovely
I
about
sometimes
him.
feel like I'm hiding him from the comedy scene because I'm like evil eye.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I can't show them around to everybody, and then all of a sudden it's like something happens.
Yes.
I'm like, I can't.
I also feel guilty bringing people I love into this environment.
It's that too.
Are you ready to get riffed at for 5 hours?
And sometimes we've been in riffing things, and I'm just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for everybody. I would rather keep these worlds a little bit separate.
I also don't like to force myself to see it from the outside perspective. I just like to enjoy it.
Me too, because I love our little
Love it.
cult. But
Yes.
then when I can see, having outside eyes, I'm like, oh God, are we insufferable?
We are.
And we are, but I don't feel that when we say that right now. I'm like, haha, yeah, we're insufferable. But then when I bring in my boyfriend, I'm a little bit like, oh no, are we like beyond damaged goods? Yes. Maybe.
I brought my one of my soulmates, my best friend from college. I brought her around comics. And I'm like, this sweet angel girl who lives upstate. I'm like, here's Tim and Mealy. Now what the fuck? You can't be doing stuff like that. Like,
just sick 'em boys.
that's crazy. I'm like, here's JR. He's gonna say slurs at you. I don't know.
You do have, this is again going back to earlier, like you do have your sons that
Oh yeah, they're a whole different thing.
Mine, I'm like, Greg around a Brit and a show, you're fine.
Totally.
They're nothing but nice and funny and fast. It's more when it's a big group and I don't know who's gonna be there.
Yes.
It's like there's none of my close friends
and
who
we
happen
get
to be
amped
comics.
up, even if it's not slurs, even if it's my nice group of friends.
Yes.
We're still a lot. We're always yes-anding. We're riffing too long. We're doing improv.
But it's like, then I'm like, but I love that. I really love that. I like to be sappy. And it is funny because Greg, my boyfriend, Greg Italian, has expressed just sometimes when you guys are in that mode, it's just like ding, 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 and I can't get a word in. And I'm like, that must suck. I do want to be like, so now, what do you think the inverse of that is when I'm around some of your friends and I'm like, somebody play with me. Yeah. Be fast, talk faster.
Yes. Wait, that's actually it's definitely a problem I've had with boyfriends before because I'm like,
I'm insane.
You guys are also friends with fewer reasons for being friends. So it's like, even if I think you're funny, that doesn't mean your friends are funny. That just means you all like playing the same video game.
I will say, I really feel like I'm friends with a lot of my boyfriend's friends, which is nice.
That's awesome.
And he also, though, notably not friends with a lot of bros or video game guys that are
sick.
Going to be think that they're comics or anything. He's friends with all lesbians in a way that is very lovely.
That's wonderful.
It is very nice. But also, you know what? I'm not gonna go on a podcast and say my boyfriend's friends aren't funny. That will not be on. That will not be on the record.
Yep.
That is something I'm not gonna do today.
Yep.
Let's do the last.
God, prefrontal cortex developing in front of my eyes. Beautiful. Okay, what is something you really love that everyone else hates?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Aww. Do you genuinely love that guy?
No, it's just the easy answer because I listen to Hamilton so much.
Do you?
I'm
Do
just
you listen to other musical theater stuff a lot?
In the Heights, also written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I know about that.
What's one thing I love that everybody hates?
Yeah.
Something. Do you have an answer for yourself off the top of your head? It's
teeth.
You love teeth?
I love teeth.
Well, you have perfect teeth. Do you have
Thank you.
veneers?
No.
Oh, wow. You just have really great teeth.
Yeah, my parents.
What do you love about teeth? The idea of them?
I like when they're out of a skull. I like watching, if you get a surgery and you have pictures of it, I want to see it.
For mouth.
Anything.
Okay.
I like some body gore in a way that people really don't jive
and
with.
teeth really do feel like your skeleton's on the outside.
Exactly.
That part is cool.
You ever see the baby skulls where the teeth are
Do
up
I
here?
ever see the baby skulls? You get one abortion. Everyone's like, oh, that graveyard you go to every day. What are you talking? The baby skulls? Where what happens?
Because their teeth haven't come down yet. Their teeth are just living up in their cheeks.
Of course. Oh my goodness.
That's so fucked up. I love it.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, if you pull it up, I'll think. I would say definitely one thing I like. If everyone hates, it would have to go to music stuff. There's the musical theater stuff, but it's also I will go back and listen to an old Lumineers album sometimes because I'm I know that this is cringe. I know
it feels good to
but
listen
I'm
to.
There's so much nostalgia attached to it for me. I like to stomp and holler.
Isn't that fucked up?
Oh my god, the one that has the image of the child.
Ew.
What is that one? You hate that it's a boy. That's a 4-year-old's mouth developing teeth. Whoa. That is crazy.
It just looks like, you know, when people have those little, like, I don't remember what they're called, but like a little trinket box that you have on the wall with a bunch of little cubbies for all your little things.
Yes, my boyfriend
a
has
shadow
one of those.
box. Yes. It's like a shadow box for teeth, but inside of a child's skull.
It's sort of like your skull is a shadow box for your teeth.
Yes. I really like that.
That is so, oh my God. I don't like that we're looking at children's skulls. I don't really like the implication.
I love children, and I like when they're alive the best.
We'll say, yes. Unless that child is racist.
And then we want that child to be dead.
This is so crazy.
I love it. It's so weird and gross. I love skulls. I love bones.
I'm like, what else are all your tabs open?
Podcast bullshit.
Shadow work journal prompts.
Yeah, if I need help writing questions, let's force them into some shit.
Stepmom's stuck in washing machine. I wish that had been.
She could get out. She's
that's
lying.
Under family. That's under relationships.
Yeah.
That's under self. It's under grief. It didn't go well. We didn't get her out in time. I pressed the cold cycle. And what was the last one? It's under comedy.
Yeah.
Because I was laughing the whole way home. After I killed my stepmom in a washing machine. Sorry.
Okay, what's your thing that you love that everyone else hates?
I think it's that. I think it's
just music stuff.
I think it is cringe indie stomp and holler from the 2010s.
That rules. Edward Sharpe with Magnetic Zeros, I'm sure.
Yes.
Some good Mumford & Sons.
Unfortunately, Little Lion Man, I could still get activated.
That
listening
whole
to that
album,
song.
I know every word.
Me too.
I was going to Christian cult like retreats on the weekends, and we were
my
all
God.
like,
I was so raised without without religion. And I found so much Christian rock on my own because I liked exactly that pipeline you just said. Like, you're like, oh, you like Edward Sharpe. Then it's like, you like Mumford & Sons. And then suddenly they're giving me like
turns out you're doing
secret gospel stuff. And I had no idea, but that stuff. Oh, there was one song I loved about like, I think it was called like Deliverance. And I just was raised without religion and didn't know. But it's such like the sun rays are coming through the clouds kind of song. And I was like, I could have a few more hours on that Spotify, and I really could have become a devout Christian woman.
Christians know how to make music, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's great stuff.
I like some screamo music, and I can never hear what they're saying, so I sometimes stumble upon, why would they be making screamo music about God? I do
know this.
What the fuck? What is that?
I think you're allowed to be angry and like Jesus.
But it's like...
No, it does feel counterintuitive to his teachings, but also it's like, you know, I'm like, why would Jesus be confined to one genre of music?
That's true. And he did hang out with the weirdos and the punks. So like, go off, I guess.
I'm like, I like to think that like maybe someone who did you watch The Righteous Gemstones?
No, I know I need to.
Okay. That's what I was going to reference. But you know, I'm trying to think of other genres. I'm like, I want Jesus ska. I want Jesus.
There certainly is Jesus
for
ska.
sure.
My best friend Joey always sends me songs that he likes, and I have to go, hey buddy, it's happened again.
Yeah, no,
you are doing worship songs.
This
again.
is worship, and it's ska.
He's big into Owl City, which is Mormon. Did you know this?
No,
yeah.
I have liked the song Fireflies a lot and used it as my walk-up song a million times.
That's awesome.
As a joke.
I saw it live. It was really good.
Owl City?
Yeah.
Isn't it a bad guy? I can't remember. I
he's
think
just
he's a bad
Mormon, maybe.
I know. I think he's a bad guy.
That makes sense.
Whatever. A Mormon who's
Aren't
a bad guy.
they literally all? I watch the NFL. They're all bad guys.
That you had such a good answer for like baby teeth specifically inside the skulls. I bet I have things like that.
You totally do. I bet there's something that like grosses, like shows out that thrills you.
There's a few things like that.
I mean, the goo is pretty gross. What you do with that?
I love my goo. Oh, another thing about goo is this will all be gross. I let Greg absolutely pop anything that could be popped on my skin.
Gross.
And we call it doing surgery.
That's awesome.
It happens most nights. Sometimes it looks like we were in front of his friends, and I had my head in his lap, and I know that he saw a blackhead, and I could feel him like moving, and I was like, you cannot pop a blackhead in front of everybody. But he was like white knuckling, like grooming me like a chimp. Like he was like, I know, resist. And I was like, I knew that he wanted to, and then we got alone in our room, and instead of him like wanting to ravage me, he was like, give me that blackhead. I was like, God damn it. But
So soulmates are real.
maybe he grooms me like a chimp. Is that what it's called? Grooming?
Yeah.
Where he's 45 and I'm 18.
Yes. And he eats bugs off of you.
And he eats the bugs off me. Yeah, but he does eat my bugs for sure.
That's gross.
Yeah. And know what else is really gross? Because we go on during surgery, if I know I have like a back pimple, I'll be like, there's a patient.
Ew. That's gross.
I don't think I've told anybody this.
I like watching pimple popping videos. However, and I like popping my own pimples.
I love popping my own pimples.
But I don't really want to do it to somebody else, I think.
He wants me to do it to him more than I want to. I don't like it that much. I also think I'm just packing more heat back there in terms of back knee.
That rocks.
But it's very intimate. It's really nice. I'm like, I've never let someone just like do that to my body.
That's awesome.
I'm just like lying limp and I'm like, all right, it's a blank canvas. Paint.
His painting is just going. That's really gross. But that's
or I'll be like,
answer.
ow, 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 ow. And he's like, you're fine. So
he's
that's
like, I
something.
thought I put you out earlier before surgery. I was the patient screaming.
But I guess that's my gross
That's a good answer.
An even grosser answer is Mumford & Sons.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you for coming and laying it all out there.
Oh, thank you.
I
really
adore
feel
you.
like, oh yeah, there's nothing I avoided.
No. Do you want to take a punishment regardless?
Yeah.
Okay. Get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I adore you. This is so fun. I always feel like sometimes I'm like, damn, I wasn't funny on that podcast. But boy, did I bare my soul. I worry about like trying to sound smart, but then I'm like, sometimes I'm just a big verbal processor.
Sometimes you're just smart.
Let me do your eyeliner.
Oh my God.
That's
you have
so
a
fun.
show.
I do have to go to a show.
I'm
What
not
would
gonna
you have
make do
done?
that. A graphic. I would go crazy.
I don't know my birth chart.
You don't?
No, I don't know what time I was born. I asked my mom and she goes, I was busy. What she was.
Fair enough. But they do take record of that, I'll say.
These are so fun.
Yeah.
I won't reveal all of them because I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you'll use them for other things. You can have a lock of my hair.
Yes, I have Shonix over there.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
Yeah, they can be together.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Oh my God, you're gonna make a hair baby out of me and Shanak.
I told Shonix I'm only gonna do positive voodoo.
Okay, like
So
just
I'll,
you just want good things for me?
Yes, I'll just like cuddle and I'll be like,
Oh, and I'm gonna feel that. I'm gonna feel all warm and tingly.
I'll pop its pimples.
Yes. Well, no, that's Greg's job.
Sorry, I would never take that from him.
From Greg Italian.
In love.
How much of my hair are you gonna take?
A little.
I'm thinking. I was like, I already have my hair in little pigtails like this, or these areas. I don't care about at all.
It's in front of your face.
My hair is normally curly. It's all straightened today, but like.
Oh right. Let me just take a little bit of the end and then you
Okay.
miss it.
Where are you gonna? Oh my God, this
Like
is so
this?
funny. My hair's so curly, you can do whatever. I don't give a fuck.
That's how I feel too.
Ow! Ow!
Gushing blood.
How much do you take? That's that's so red.
It is so red.
My hair's
It's the
so
most beautiful
red.
hair.
Oh, thank
And
you.
you have such good highlights in it too.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never gotten that as a
It's such
compliment.
like, dynamic color. Like there's like blondes and different reds and browns. It's so beautiful.
No one's ever telling me this.
Sorry.
Wow.
I like to be new and cool.
And you have freckles?
Yeah. And a nose ring.
And a nose ring. Wow. Oh my God.
Did I bring Shonix over here? Or did I put it down?
I think you put it. Oh my God. He in the world is lost now.
It's my comfort hair.
That's so beautiful.
I'll write your name on it and keep it. On my Hinge right now, I have a photo of me holding up the hair, and it says, "How much hair can I collect before I get in trouble? My matches have gone down significantly."
But then when you find the person who answers honestly and accurately, soulmate.
Soulmates. Exactly. On that note.
Okay.
Thank you. Wait, do you have anything you want to plug?
McKenna and I are going to go make love in her bedroom.
What I want to plug is our sex tape that we're about to make.
What I want to plug? No, that's not for me. Just thanks for the offer, though. I would plug, you can follow me at Dietz.m on Instagram and at Dietz_Meredith on whatever else is out there. The beautiful X, Twitter, and TikTok, whatever they are. Whatever's left. Whatever. I'm tweeting deranged, problematic shit.